The next video on cataract mentors is very challenging, and it got selected in the most challenging case symposium by Professor Bobby Osher at the ESCRS symposium. I'm showing two very interesting cases. One is a micro-ophthalmos, an anterior chamber depth unbelievable, the axial length unbelievable, and I implanted a 65 diopter IOL into a human eye. Worth watching. The next case is about microcornea and a normal IOL power. So what are we going to do in such a scenario? This is called small is tough. Watch this video and let me know what you think.
Small eyes can be classified according to anterior chamber depth and axial length. This video will demonstrate the challenges found in two cases, extremely short axial length and a small ACD, namely the nan-ophthalmos and micro-ophthalmos with an iris coloboma. A unique complex case, a software engineer by profession with high hyperopia was referred for refractive correction. On examination, her best corrected visual acuity was 20 by 40 part in both eyes with a correction of plus 12 diopters. On slit lamp examination, she had a normal sized cornea and a very shallow anterior chamber, and gonioscopy showed occludable angles with a normal IOP. She underwent a prophylactic YAG PI in both eyes. Her dilated fundus examination revealed heaped up optic nerve head and retinal vessel tortuosity with an attached retina in both eyes. OCT macula was normal in both eyes. A detailed imaging was performed on tomography, optical biometry, and a corneal wavefront and an ocular wavefront analysis was done. What the test revealed was indeed unique and surprising. Her white-to-white diameter was 10.7, her ACD of 2.68, and her lens thickness of 4.27 in both eyes. Her axial length in OD was 14.85 and OS 14.89. Her average keratometry in both eyes was 56, a very steep cornea. IOL power calculation by different formula varied from 49 diopters to 65 diopters. B-scan showed a thick chorioscleral complex, 2.06 mm in the right eye and 2.23 mm in the left eye. On conclusion, it was an extremely short eye, a very steep cornea, a very shallow anterior chamber, and a normal lens thickness, almost 1/4 of the whole eye. A thick chorioscleral complex, so a nan-ophthalmic eye, or shall I say a PIC ophthalmic eye. Set the wheels rolling, made many calls, wrote emails, asked, discussed, thought, and reviewed literature. The patient was planned for clear lens extraction. Decided to go ahead with a customized hydrophilic foldable IOL of 65 diopters to be injected through a small incision of 3.4 millimeters. The challenges faced is IOL power calculation, manufacturing a customized high diopter power IOL, and injecting the same safely through a small incision. Well aware of the various complications known in nan-ophthalmic eyes, adequate precautions were taken before, during, and after surgery. Patient taken up for femto, rhexis, and a 4-quadrant division of lens performed. A 0.75 mm side port incision made and a gentle release of the aqueous, replaced by an OVD. Using a microrhexis forceps, the CCC was grasped out. Bimanual IA used for aspirating the lens material. Globe not allowed to collapse because of the use of the OVD. Main incision of 3.4 mm made. 65 diopter, highest ever IOL manufactured, was loaded, placed in the cartridge and then injected. Loaded the hydrophilic IOL.
Significant amount of pressure
Needed to push the 1.9 mm thick IOL through a 3.4 mm cartridge. precaution taken to not let the globe collapse. IOL placed in the bag and the trailing haptic dialed into the bag. Suture placed, bimanual IA done for OVD removal. Air placed. Post-operatively, overwhelmed to see the first day post-operative visual acuity of 20 by 60 and a refractive error of -1.5 spherical with a -1.75 cylinder at 20. A second interesting case, post-traumatic hypermature cataract, referred for management. On examination, her BCVA in the right eye was 20 by 60, in the left eye PL and PR accurate. Her IOP was normal in both eyes. On slit lamp examination of the right eye, revealed microcornea with iris coloboma and nystagmus and a normal retina. Left eye examination revealed microcornea with an iris coloboma, nystagmus and a traumatic hypermature cataract. No retinal view was possible. On examination, the white to white was 6 mm in the left eye and the IOL power was 29 diopters. On conclusion, we are dealing with a complex micro-ophthalmos with iris coloboma and with a traumatic cataract. With the help of the caliper, we measured the corneal diameter, 6 millimeters. For adequate exposure, 2 iris hooks were placed. Main incision of 2.6 mm made and the capsule was stained. The rhexis was made with a micro-rhexis forceps. Bimanual IA for the soft lens material was done. The opaque plaque inferiorly in the area of the iris coloboma was left as it would help the patient to filter off the extra light. Post-op. A 29 diopter hydrophobic IOL was taken, but it would not fit in the eye. So decided to cut the haptics and just place the optical disc in the bag. The challenging part was to load the disc in the cartridge and inject it into the bag. The only injector that worked was the sensor injector. Loading the optic disc in the cartridge. Placing the optic disc in the bag. Followed by bimanual IA. Let's look at the first day post-op picture. Notice the optic disc sitting well in the bag. On conclusion, a comprehensive approach for such challenging cases like nan-ophthalmos or micro-ophthalmos can have good visual outcomes.